In this video, I'll be creating a sales funnel using FramerForms from Insert Frame inside of Framer. And we're going to be using FramerForms multi-step and conditional logic features to build a powerful funnel that is tailored to your users' needs and improves your overall conversion rate. This is perfect for businesses who provide services and products to different industries, or if you just want to have a form that allows your users to purchase a service based on several multi-step options. I'm Lucas from Insert Frame. Let's go. All right, so the first thing that we see here is we have this button where it says get your tailored service. And most of the times you would build a contact form inside of your page, right? Like as a section, let's say underneath this. But in this case, I wanted to build an overlay. So basically what we did is we got this button, we set an overlay up here, and basically the overlay looks like this, right? It looks a little bit large because, the multi-step form is pretty large, but basically what we have here is just this form where we have, if we select it, we can see the different pages. We have page 1, page 2, page 3, and then we have the different services, right? So the way to start here is by going up to plugins and selecting FramerForms. And then what you can do is just click on new form, multi-step form, and it's going to basically be added to your project. And it's basically almost finished, right? You can just move it up over here. If we compare it to the one that we already have, we have this multi-step form component at the very top, and we have page 1, page 2, page 3. You can see how it kind of differs also in the layers panel, where we have our finished one over here, where we have our different pages, 6 pages, and over here we have 3 pages. So all we have to do basically is just duplicate pages that you want to use. For example, I duplicated page 2 over here and basically created blog, product, and sales page. And the reason why I have them named like this is because on page 3, we added a multi-step form logic, which is basically pretty simple. We go over here to logic and we go to conditional logic. Let's just select page 2 on this form. We click on conditional logic, add logic config block, and boom, it's right there. Now, the trickiest part of this whole multi-step form is setting up this conditional logic. And basically the way to do it is just by selecting it and making sure that your next pages have the name of these pages are different words, right? So we have blog, we have product, and we have sales. And these are basically based on the selections from this dropdown. So if I were to select this dropdown select, you can see we have option 1, which is blog posts and articles, option 2, which is product descriptions, and option 3, which is sales materials. So if we go back to this form logic config, you can see that we have 3 conditions. I can click on this condition, and it is basically set up as input name reason. And the reason why it's called reason is because we go over here to select, and the name of the input field is called reason, right? So let's go back here. We have our 3 conditions. So reason select, right? Because it's a select dropdown, equals value option A. So if we go back to our select, you can see that this is option A as a value, this is option B, and this is option C. And then finally, we have this go to blog, right? If we go to the other condition, it's basically go to product, and this one is go to sales. So we could go ahead and try to do this with this form. So I'm going to go and copy this multi-step form and actually put it into this overlay. So we can just delete this overlay just for me to show you how this would work. Let's go like this, paste this, delete this one, right? And we have this one, right? So if I'm going to press play, go over here, we see that we have page 1, page 2, and page 3, right? But we have these 2 options, Amsterdam and Barcelona, right? So if we go back, we can set a conditional logic for these options, right? So let's go ahead and create a page for Barcelona and for Amsterdam. So if we just choose this multi-step form, we can go ahead and just get this page 1 and duplicate this twice. Let's move this under our sorry, let's just move these underneath, and let's call this one Amsterdam over here. Let's call this one Barcelona. And then we just have to set up the form logic configuration by adding 2 conditions, right? So add condition 1, add condition 2, and we gotta just basically analyze to see, okay, this is called location. Let's just copy this, go to the configuration, paste in this input name over here, change the input type to select over here as well. Leave it as equals, but set the value to the value of Amsterdam, which is Amsterdam, and Barcelona, which is Barcelona, right? So let's go here and choose Barcelona, or Amsterdam would be the first one. And let's name this page Amsterdam, and let's name this page Barcelona, right? So let's go back to the configuration. Amsterdam equals Amsterdam, and the same with Barcelona, right? Barcelona equals Barcelona. All right, now that we have that done, we can go ahead and just copy this again and bring it over here. So let's just, again, paste this like this, remove that original one, and our form is a little bit longer, as you can see, because we have new pages. Let's just go ahead and press play and test this out, right? We want to select Barcelona, click next, and we get Barcelona. Another important thing to keep in mind is in this multi-step form component up here, just set the end page to custom pages, and then you can go ahead and add blog, product, and sales as these end pages, right? So whenever you would select this, one of these options, and click next, one of these 3 would be the end pages, and it wouldn't show this previous and next button anymore. All in all, that's pretty much it in terms of the functionality, right? I added different types of inputs, and that is again via the FramerForms plugin, right? You can go to form inputs, and for example, here I chose the buttons, right? This is the drop down. So if you go up here, you can see drop down, but we also have email, right? We have text, we have other buttons, and so on and so forth. And once you're done setting up the different fields, you can go ahead and choose these different text layers and set them to be different types of text styles to enhance your design. You can obviously do the same thing with the previous and the next buttons down here. So previous, for example, I set it to be this secondary color, and the next one to be this, or the next one to be the secondary color, and the previous one to be like this other type of shade. And once you're done, you can just copy this and make sure that you go to your overlay and paste it in there, right? I paste it inside of a stack, which is inside of another stack, just so that we can have a nice little layout inside of this overlay. So if I were to go here and click play on the desktop, we can go ahead and click on get your tailored service. We can give some type of value here, click on next, select one of these, click on next, and here is where the conditional logic begins. So we can go ahead and click on, for example, product descriptions, click on next, and then we have you're moments away from better product descriptions, right? So this is the step that is tailored to that second option, right? So based on your inputs, we estimate CopyMine could save you your product team this amount of input, right? So we recommend you one of the following. You can again, have different types of options for each input. So we can go ahead and click on 30-minute live demo. I agree with the terms and conditions. Click on submit, and that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today. Thank you so much for your time. If you want to go ahead and remix this project, the link is down below in the description. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them down in the comments below, and we'll be happy to read them. And yeah, otherwise, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Goodbye.